So why don't we take a look at this one little section here, which is a combination of the car and some some extraneous background things and some gunshots. In particular, why don't we look at that Volkswagen coming in. You can see on the screen there a set of 6 tracks there that make up the Volkswagen. I'm going to solo that. That's on tracks 9 through 16. So I'm going to solo that so we can hear those. And as it's rolling through, I'm also going to spill that onto these faders. And there's the engine sound. There's a sound of the gravel that comes in. It's going to skid on the gravel. So all those sounds that make up that Volkswagen coming in and stopping are all contained within those 8 tracks that are controlled by that custom fader. So one of the things that I wanted to do was pan that Volkswagen coming in. So the engine sound, which is on track 13, and I'm going to go ahead and take those 2 tracks and I'm going to expand the view so I can see them a little closer. And what I'm going to do, I'm also going to put that pan parameter on both of those so I can see it in the timeline by hitting a modifier key there. And the other thing I'm going to do when I do this pan, I'm going to be in touch mode. So when I do the move, if I let go of the panner, it's going to go back to the default position in the center when I'm done. So let's solo track 13, and this is the engine noise. Let's just hear that for a second. Okay, now everyone's looking over to the right, so we want to call his attention to the right. So what I'm going to do is let's roll it again, and this time I'm going to grab the panner and I'm going to pan it to the right as it goes by. And I was just a little bit late on that. So one of the other cool things about automating things as Pro Tools is I can look on my digital picture here and I can see that it's on center screen right there. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go to the actual cut and throw myself in just a marker and put in here center. So I know where that's going to be. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that whole little section there. I'm just going to trim it back so that it actually ends up back to center there. So then when I play that, that's actually going to end up back on the center of the screen. So now I'm on the center. Now I want the same thing to happen on that other track, which is the tires coming in. So rather than have to re-automate that, I can take that little section, I can copy that parameter, move down to the other channel, and paste that pan parameter. So now both of those are going to pan together.
So that's really cool how you moved the pan and made them both move together. What about from a perspective, as the car is further away, it would sound darker than as it approached us, it would sound brighter?
Sure,
right?
we'd create the illusion of it coming closer to us. So in that instance, we could do the same thing where we EQ one channel and then copy the automation. But another thing we could do, we could actually group together those 2 tracks and have the insert or the EQ be the same for both channels. So let's do that real quick. Let's select both channel 13 and 14, make it into a group, and this time it's actually control. Let's do. I'm going to go ahead and set up a group that's going to do all the controls for that channel. So this is I'm going to put here insert 13, 14. Okay, so I know what I'm going to. If I look at that group, I know what I've done for that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and look at the EQ window there. And the other thing I want to do, I want to actually see the automation, what I'm doing on the window. So then I'll focus the other one. And so now what I'm seeing on both channels is the high frequency EQ. So let's go ahead and roll through this thing again.
Now, would we want to test it out and see how dark we may want it?
Sure, that's a good idea. So let's go into preview, and just for fun, let's hear what. Okay, so somewhere in the 3K range makes it sound a little darker without losing all of the high end from that thing. So let's go ahead and I'm going to hit punch preview. So it's going to start writing from when I push go. And then I'm going to gradually roll that off as we go through the scene.
Very cool. And you could do the same kind of thing here. If it was a little too early, you could just nudge that whole thing down.
That's right, and actually it was too early because I thought it shouldn't get brighter until it gets to this point right here, that close shot.
Right.
So again, I'm just going to put a marker there and hit close, and I'm going to take that whole little section there, and I'm just going to nudge it down until I get that EQ to pop up right at that close section there.
That's great.